Hey YouTube, it's Lisa, and I know I always have an excuse for why I look like a complete disaster, but I really do always have an excuse. Number one, I guess it's because I have 4 kids, but also, so last night, or not last night, okay, so we were supposed to get back Saturday night. We actually didn't get back until 1 a.m. Sunday morning from our vacation. I teach Sunday school, so we go flying, stumbling into church the next day. Nobody's had any sleep. We're a complete disaster. I teach my lesson. Yeah, it was just a mess. And then we had people over, and then when we were at church, somebody was like, oh, did you get my message? We left it on your home phone, which of course I didn't, which was your friend, someone from church had surgery, and we were wondering if you could do a meal. And I was like, oh, I'd love to do a meal. And then they were like, can you do it tonight? And I was like, oh, yeah, I can. Which turned out to be a blessing because I learned how to make this bread recipe, which I will do because you are going to love it. If you are having people over for the holidays and you want fresh bread, okay, literally fresh bread, home baked, 4 loaves, 40 minutes. I got this recipe from a friend. I couldn't believe it. It is like yeast, rising bread, 40 minutes. So, yes, I will do a video on that recipe because it is so worth sharing. It was like a total gift. But anyway, today's Monday and my kids are back to school, and my youngest one had trouble going back to preschool because he'd had time off. But I wanted to do a quick video because I started my period on our vacation, which means I am just moments away from actually trying to get pregnant after 90 days of trying to improve my egg quality. So, and that's including, I'm going to say that when I was actually pregnant before my miscarriage, I'm going to count that as like a little bit of that time, because even though I wasn't necessarily trying to improve my egg quality at that point because I was pregnant, I was not drinking any caffeine or doing any junk or whatever. But anyway, so the first thing is I have a question for anyone who has taken Clomid because I am confused. Okay, so I have my Clomid, and on here it says take 1 tablet by mouth every day on cycle days 5 through 9. Now, that means the first day of your period is where you start counting up to 5. So here's what happened. On the 30th, I went to the bathroom, just TMI here, okay, and I wiped, and there was just a spot of blood, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm starting my period. So then I went in again, and there was really nothing. And so I was like, was that breakthrough bleeding? Was that something weird? Was that some residual miscarriage stuff? So then I started freaking out. Oh my gosh, there's something wrong with me. But I was probably just the stress of the trip or whatever. So I go to bed. The next morning I wake up full on. I've got my period. It came in the middle of the night. I'm starting my normal heavy bleeding, TMI. And so my question is, do I count day 1, the 30th, the day I had the spotting, or do I count day 1 as the 1st of December when I actually had full flow? So I don't really know. I haven't done a lot of research about it yet because we haven't been home that long. But if you know, could you leave me a message down below, or private message me, or whatever? I just want to know. So that would be awesome, because I really don't know, because I don't want to be like a whole day off. They say some people start on day 3, so I was looking to see if I started on day 3 because I thought I have less of a chance of dorking that up, because it's not like the last, like if it fell between 3 and 5, like I accidentally took it on day 4, I somehow just think that'd be a better possibility than like if I accidentally took it on day 6. I just don't want to dork it up. So leave me a message if you know. All right? Okay, so since this is kind of my final egg health thing, I'm going to do a video on egg health. Hopefully this is kind of it. I might have a few more things. I always think of things, oh, I didn't mention that. I don't know if I've mentioned in my other videos, because I've been talking about supplements and so much. I don't know if I mentioned that I have also just been eating really healthy, like lots of vegetables, lots of things that are traditionally known for antioxidant effects. I am going to start drinking pomegranate juice, because that supposedly increases blood flow to your uterus. So I'm going to start that this week. It's kind of a bummer because on my diet that's like 110 calories of juice, which doesn't really make you feel full. But yeah, I'm totally looking forward to getting started. I do know people, there was a video on YouTube and I watched it a long time ago, so I don't know I don't remember who it was, or I'd give her like the heads up or the, you know, yay, her video was good. But I don't remember. But she said that the Clomid, she took Clomid. She'd been taking Clomid several cycles and not gotten pregnant. And then she said the only thing she had changed was she had started drinking pomegranate juice. And she's like, I'm not sure if that helped or not. But of course, like, who doesn't want to try it, right? Because it's not invasive or anything. So I'm going to start that. I go to Costco today, and that is the best place to get it because otherwise it's so expensive. But at Costco, you can get the big, it's like 4 or 5 times those little ones you get at the store for $8. So anyway, I'm going to start that. And so let me tell you the mistake I made on our trip was I was drinking, I thought, oh, I'll just drink some sparkling water because I normally just drink a ton of water, no caffeine. I kind of think that was a bit of my downfall before I got pregnant, before I took for granted that my eggs are older now, and I let myself have caffeine up until I found out I was pregnant, and I do think that that might have affected things. So no caffeine at all, none. So I was thinking I'll just drink these sparkling waters. So I'm drinking sparkling water, and I'm just realizing that, like, I don't know if it irritated my bladder or what, but I'm having to pee a lot, and I think, oh my gosh, do these have caffeine in them? So I look at them after I'd had like 6 bottles, and no, they don't have caffeine in them, but what they did have in them that I didn't know, and I'm normally more savvy than this, just like because I've been on a diet ever since having kids, so I'm like usually a label reader, and I try to not let my kids have too much junk, so I'm usually a label reader. Somehow I just threw these into my cart and started drinking them, and they had aspartame. So I had pretty much 2 days of drinking aspartame. So I hope that didn't set me back on my 90-day journey here. But that brings me to another point about artificial sweeteners, because I talked before about how I kind of am wondering if stevia played a role. So my lovely little green food that I was like so excited because it had all the fertility stuff in it, and I've been taking it this entire time. I looked in it, it has stevia in it. Now, it has such a small amount. My husband insists that that is so not a problem, and in fact he's like, you should just keep taking it because it's healthier. That the healthy stuff in it outweighs the stevia. So we had this long discussion, did all this research on the amount of stevia. Seriously, we dedicated entirely too much of our lives to this subject, and now after my husband was like, I think you're totally safe taking it, I was like, I don't feel comfortable taking it, so now I'm not taking it anymore. So yeah, and these things are like, when they're not on sale, they're like $27.99, and when they are on sale, they're $19.99. But this was an expensive one because I happened to miss the sale on this, and now I'm not taking it. So that's a bummer. I already told you about the Clomid, and I have been taking, so I'm not taking maca anymore because maca and Clomid, I have read, counterbalance each other. So because the maca kind of tries to level your hormones, and one of the kind of concept behind Clomid is to kind of give your hormones that blast to push those eggs out and everything. So no more maca, and I've been taking this vitamin C immune stuff, not regularly. So here's kind of my thoughts on that. I had read that vitamin C and stuff could really help with your egg quality, but on the other hand, too much vitamin C can make your body fluids too acidic to support a pregnancy or an egg, or to support the sperm and all the little journey they need to take. And so when I give my kids their vitamins, I just kind of take one of theirs every now and then to just kind of get those antioxidant properties, but not way too much. And then just trying to eat a lot of foods that have antioxidants. I eat a lot of peppers, a lot of vitamin C, a lot of antioxidants, and so red peppers, yellow peppers, a lot of carrots, a lot of tomatoes, a lot of broccoli, spinach. So I don't know if when I've been talking about all my supplements that if I've really mentioned that the eating is also a huge part of it, and drinking tons of water. So just really healthy. And since I'm a vegetarian, I have really focused on my protein more too, because those are the building blocks of protein. That's what makes the baby. So I've been doing that too. And okay, so I covered that, and I've been Clomid. Okay, so I also have been taking this CoQ10. So it's also supposed to, it's kind of supposed to be an anti-aging thing. Anti-aging to your eggs, anti-aging to your skin. It's just supposed to be awesomeness all the way around. Now, I don't know if it's safe when you get pregnant, so I am going to stop taking it in the next week or two, like as soon as it is a possibility that we are going to possibly be pregnant. So I'm going to stop taking it before that, but it is one of the things that was recommended to take in all my research, to take to kind of anti-age your eggs, and just kind of help the antioxidants and help them. So I did that, and then also I did a little bit of a detox. So I don't know if you're trying to get pregnant, if you've looked on the internet and you've seen, there's like a lot of stuff about a fertility detox. Just all about like cleansing your liver and cleansing your system and getting all of the toxins out of your system. So I didn't do the fertility cleanse because, once again, I know I've mentioned this before, you're gonna think I'm so cheap, but I have 4 kids and I just cannot see spending the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars on all of these specific fertility products. I might do it if I was trying for my first, but I now have responsibilities towards another 4 and I don't work. I'm so blessed that I get to stay home. So I cannot spend all that money on those. But I kind of read the ingredients and I found this everyday detox tea, and I just took it for about 30 days. It says that's kind of the recommended amount of time to take it. So I did that for about 30 days, and I tried to do Epsom salt baths and saunas. I can't say that I did it regularly. Like I'm telling you, showers and baths are a challenge for me. Just getting my kids showers and baths and then myself a shower and bath, and sometimes I'm just too tired or I'm running too late. I really need to work on that. But anyway, so trying to take more Epsom salt baths and just more detoxifying stuff. And I even got these little like foot pad things that you put on. They're supposed to cleanse the toxins to your feet. I don't know if they work. Actually, my friend gave them to me, so I thought, why not? Like, it doesn't hurt to try, right? So I'm trying to get all of this in to kind of keep this video short. So if I'm talking crazy fast, that's why I didn't just start drinking caffeine or anything. Okay, now another thing, I've had 4 C-sections. So I'm kind of wondering, because my test results came back inconclusive from the when I had genetic testing done on the last one. The test results came back inconclusive, but there was no evidence of any sort of chromosomal abnormality, which I had kind of thought, I was kind of waiting to make my decision based on that. Like, am I too old? Was this a chromosomal abnormality? Is this like time to make the decision to stop? So I kind of thought that if it came back with like something really serious like that, then maybe I would not try for another one. But it came back like there was nothing of that, but there was, the inconclusive part was what it was. So there were no chromosomal abnormalities, but the reason was left unsaid, was left completely, like, so I have no idea why. And so this is 1 chemical pregnancy and 2 miscarriages later with no reason. So anyway, I've had 4 C-sections, and I have felt like maybe I have a weak spot in my uterus. So I did start to just do this, it's called a female toner, and it has like raspberry leaf tea. Now when I had my first one, they had me drink raspberry leaf tea during my last trimester to strengthen the uterus. So I thought, you know what, it doesn't hurt. So I've also been drinking this female toner to kind of tone my uterus and tone things up, in case that is part of the reason that my uterus, because of my C-sections, is not supporting it. So, you know, it's not invasive and it's perfectly safe, because I drank it during pregnancy with my first one, because I had a midwife, and that was before I had a C-section. So I had a midwife, so it was all like natural, and we did everything natural, and I can't even remember some of the things I took, like just all these great things, and massage. And in fact, when I went on the tour of the delivery room, and they tell you, now this is where you're going to go if you ever have a C-section, I totally blew them off and didn't go in there, because I wasn't going to have a C-section, and I had a C-section, and that was after 2 days of labor, and it set the precedent for my next 3, and so there goes to show you, pay attention. Anyway, so I had so I'm taking the female toner now. I have 1 more thing, or 2 more things, I guess, that I've been taking, and I actually think they're relevant. They're not recommended, like, I mean, I didn't read it anywhere. So here's the thing. Okay, and I left them in the garage, and this is just because when we unpacked, I unpacked the cooler and I had taken them with me because they have to stay cold. And I put them in the little fridge because I was so tired that I was too tired to bring them to the refrigerator. Then last night when I remembered I needed to take them, I actually went outside and got them, and then was too tired to walk the extra 20 feet back into the house and put them in the fridge in the kitchen. So they're still there, and I forgot to bring them for this video. But what I'm taking is cod liver oil. And I know I'm a vegetarian, but I had read about all the health benefits of it. So after I had my third son, I was a mess. His delivery, it involved a helicopter. We were life flighted to Denver. It was just a lot of trauma. My C-section was traumatic. His birth was traumatic. Everything was pretty traumatic. And anyway, my body was, I was having a hard time healing, and I ended up taking cod liver oil, and I also was taking this vitamin oil to try to heal my body. Well, I got pregnant right after that, thinking there's no way, after everything my body's been through, and breastfeeding and no period and all the stress, because we got home from the hospital 6 weeks later because my son was in cardiac intensive care at Children's, and we were living at the Ronald McDonald House for several weeks. So we got back, we celebrated with a bottle of wine. That was back when we used to drink wine. And we celebrated having him home finally, and I got pregnant with Joseph that very night. One time. So who knew I'd be trying to get pregnant here 3 years later. But I honestly believe that something in those things just really made my eggs like go into overdrive, or made them. Let me tell you, my number 4 is the healthiest child. He's my most healthy. He has a Spitfire personality. He is incredible. I cried when I first found out I was pregnant because they're 12 months apart, or 12 and a half months apart. I cried when I first found out because I didn't want to be pregnant for 2 years, and now I can't imagine life without him. But so I took this cod liver oil. So I've been taking it now because that's what I was taking when I got pregnant with him, and I've also been taking this stuff called X Factor butter, and it's supposed to be this like nutrient dense oil, and I just kind of imagine it like plumping up my eggs and just giving them all the nutrients that they need. And I was taking both of those when I got pregnant with Joseph. Because the cod liver oil is so high in vitamin A, I stopped it the minute I got pregnant, the minute I knew I was pregnant. And I'll do that this time. I'll stop it pretty much when we start trying, because it's so high in vitamin A, and vitamin A can cause side effects with a pregnancy. What do they say? Tetragenic effects. So I'm not going to risk it, but I really think it's really been really beneficial to getting pregnant. So I have been taking that. If you guys are interested, let me know. If anyone's interested, not like I have a huge following or anything. I just kind of ramble to myself. But if anyone is interested, let me know, and I will list the brands below. I actually did a ton of research on the brands as well, back when I first started taking them and recently, and I did come back to the same brand, and I would tell you right now, except it's totally drawing a blank. I cannot for the life of me remember what it was. But I guess that's it. So that is it, and hopefully I didn't talk too fast, and but if anybody knows the answer to my Clomid question, please post below in the comments. And also, if anybody is interested in the brand of cod liver oil and the X Factor butter, what is it? Green Pastures, I think is the name of it. Green Pastures. Anyway, it's mega expensive, and I've been giving it to my husband too, because it's supposed to help with, well, I think it helps with sperm quality. Here I'm saying it's supposed to help. I've seen zero research on it, although I have seen that cod liver oil is pretty much supposed to help with everything. So anyway, it's mega expensive, so I told him we have to get pregnant now because we can't afford more of this stuff. But of course we would if we had to. But okay, so that is it. So please leave a comment below if you have a question or if you have an answer. And I will talk to you later. I'm going to try to do a video on some of the cool Christmas traditions that my family does, but we will see if I have to go to preschool before then. Alrighty, YouTube. Have a good day. Good luck in trying to conceive, and I will let you know. I'm going to head now into the unless I remember more things that I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of head into the actual trying to conceive journey. No, not that part, but the part of all the things that I'm going to do, like where I get my ovulation predictors on the cheap. And I might even do a giveaway of those. I kind of thought that'd be a really cool idea to give away like 100 ovulation predictors or something. So we, as trying to conceive ladies, can take one every day instead of being like, oh my gosh, did I miss it? So anyway, that's where I'm headed, and I'll stop rambling now. Have a great day, YouTube, and I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving.